Hey, it's Mark, and in today's video I want to take a look at the Xiaomi 13 and tell you guys how it's been treating me throughout the month that I've been using it. Is this phone the next big thing? Let's find out. Now I have to admit, I wasn't always a fan of Xiaomi. In fact, I've tried their phones years ago, but back then I really did not like them at all. So whenever I heard of this phone coming out, I was like, oh great, another smartphone in a very flooded market. How awesome. But boy was I wrong. This little beast caught me by surprise, and I'm officially a fan. Now, throughout the month that I've been using the phone, the first thing that really stands out to me is the battery life. This phone is just a monster, and of course, that's in part thanks to the 8 Gen 2 with, of course, some optimizations here and there. But this phone just is so good. I never need to charge it overnight. I never need to plug it in throughout the day. It just lasts me that long. I end the day at around 20 to 30%. I go to sleep. I don't plug it in. I go to sleep. I wake up. Then I plug it into the 67-watt charger that's provided in the box. That's a big thing. And then I go brush my teeth, take a shower. By the time I'm done doing those two things, the phone's already fully charged. It is that good. Now, of course, you can't talk about this phone without also talking about the cameras, and they are, listen to me, okay? They are so good. Like, it can literally just turn anyone into a pro photographer. I'm not even kidding. You could take a photo just walking down the street and bam, it looks insane. That vibe that Xiaomi 13 provides is spectacular, and it might just be my favorite phone to use. With the Xiaomi and the Leica partnership, that spark in smartphone photography is coming back, and I'm loving it. I'm getting kind of tired of you know, for example, of course I have the iPhone 14 Pro, which I'm actually using to record this video with, and I have the S23 Ultra, I have the S23 here, and all of these three phones, the iPhone and the two Samsungs that I have, whenever you take a photo, it looks similar. Of course, each phone has their own characteristic, such as iPhone really loves to over sharpen, Samsung really loves to blow out the highlights a little bit. So each phone has their own characteristic, but they all look very similar. But the Xiaomi just has just a little bit of mwah to it. You know what I mean? It just has that extra, just I don't know how to explain it, but you guys saw the photos for yourself, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, it just has that nice, like, vibe to it, and I'm so with that. It brings me back. It brings back the spark that I have for mobile photography, and it is just amazing. Now, a bunch of Xiaomi haters would say, yeah, it's good for right now, but wait into the future, and it'll slow down, it'll do this, it'll do that, it won't do this, it won't do that. There's too many things going on, or too many comments to read. One person says this, one person says that. Listen, I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe this phone is going to be total trash in 6 months. There's only one way to find out, which is why I'm keeping this phone as a long-term kind of review phone. In fact, my SIM card is in the phone right now. I'm using it alongside my iPhone, and I mean, it's working good. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is so speedy on this phone, it'll make the flash look like he's jogging in slow motion. I suck at jokes, okay? Subscribe. Now, the look of the phone isn't really too eye-catching. It looks like any other basic smartphone, but the thing I love about it is the shape, even with the case on. The shape of the phone and the way it just fits in your hand is so good. It's not small to where you have trouble like watching movies or scrolling through TikTok, and it's not like big enough to where it's not comfortable to use with one hand. This is a very one-handable device. I don't know, is that a word? One-handable? It is now. It is a one-handable device, and it's the perfect size. It's that perfect sweet spot. Another awesome thing about this phone is, well, actually Xiaomi in general, is that they actually care about providing you value. See, in the box, not only do you get a phone, but you also get the case, which I have on right now. You also get the 67-watt charger, the cable, and the pre-installed screen protector. So you get all that in the box, which is kind of nice. You know, you buy the phone, you unbox it, everything you need is right in the box, nothing else. Like I said, the screen protector. Now, some don't like the screen protector, just take it off and put any other one you want. But at least you have that protection in the meantime, which of course is good when you're spending this much money on a phone. So what about the speakers and the display? Well, the speakers sound nice and full. They are pretty much comparable to other flagships of its price range. And the display is also fantastic. It gets nice and bright outside. You won't have any issues actually viewing the content outside. And it even offers an HDR format that not even the Samsungs have, which of course is Dolby Vision. So if you have a streaming platform that you use and that streaming platform supports Dolby Vision, you can actually utilize that with this phone, which again, you cannot do with a Samsung. So that's definitely something to point out. Another thing that I absolutely love about the phone, and I think all phones should have this as a huge security measure, is second space. It is so wild. So, for example, if I get my phone and I unlock it with this hand, it automatically loads into my normal setup, right? But if I unlock the phone with this hand using my thumbprint, then it opens up the phone into this setup. So it's like having two phones in one. So if you're with your friends or family, whatever, and they're like, hey, let me use your phone real quick, you can just unlock it with your other thumb, give it to them, and they have no way of accessing your photos, your videos, your documents, your banking apps, your text messages, nothing. It is literally two phones in one. That is so cool. Why is no one else doing this? Some companies do it a little differently. Like Samsung has something called secure folder or secure app or something like that. But that's just an app. Like that's just where you put your applications and photos and videos. But it's not actually like adding a whole second UI to the phone, right? It's just an app. So Samsung is really close to it. Like it's still really helpful. But man, the way this phone handles it is just so much better and just so much simpler. You just use your other thumb, or you can use your other finger, not just the thumb, and that's it. Overall, my month of using the phone has been nothing short of perfect. I haven't experienced anything weird. The phone just does whatever I want it to. The only thing I don't like is the bloatware, but you can easily just delete that, so it's not that big of a deal for me personally, but it might be for you, which is why I mentioned it in the video. But overall, it's been great, and I cannot wait for the future. So if you're looking for a phone that has amazing battery, amazing fast charging, fantastic cameras, a great build quality, you should pretty much consider the 13. It's a really solid device. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, definitely leave that like. It's completely free to you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot, and I truly appreciate it. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. This was Mark from MarkStack. Adios.